so excited. I am here talking to Newman Springs author Johnny Martinez, and he wrote the book, The Silent Dreamer. So could you tell us about your book?
Sure. My book, The Silent Dreamer, is actually my story of growing up here in Central Texas on a former cotton plantation slash farm back in the 60s and up through the 70s, and just a book about my life in rural, small rural community, country living, if you will.
That's wonderful. So what actually inspired you to write this book?
Well, I shared a lot about my childhood growing up with friends and just talking to friends, and they thought that my life story was kind of intriguing. Some of the stories that I would share with them, they were kind of like, that story should be put in a book, and I tell a lot about growing up through extreme poverty and dropping out of high school at 18 to be a dad, and my journey from being a high school dropout actually to a college graduate is kind of what inspired me to want to tell my story, because I felt like it would help someone. It's a story that's kind of been told a lot of times, but I thought mine was a little unique. Just a lot that happened in the journey, going from dropping out of high school to getting a college degree in my 50s.
Wow, that's amazingly inspirational. That sounds like an incredible book. What an incredible life story as well.
Yeah.
And for you to share with the world, I think that's amazing. I think that's a great story to share with everyone. It can always touch someone,
Yeah. And that's the field of work that I'm in also, because I work as a family support specialist or counselor with at-risk youth. And it's a story that I get to share with them as well.
That's incredible. So not just an incredible story, but you also, you live that life every day. You're an incredible person as well. That's amazing.
I get to live it. So that's why I'm so excited about it, because I feel like it's a story that will inspire people. It's a story of hope. And those are the kind of books that I like reading personally. I like reading people's biographies and their life stories, and I like watching biography on TV, and I'm inspired by hearing someone else's story and learning from their struggles, and so it really inspired me to want to write it even more so and to get it out.
Well, I think that's wonderful, and we can always learn from. It's funny, you watch the biography channel. We do too. We love it. We love to watch how people overcome things.
Yeah.
The end story of how they turned it around. So that's amazing that you've shared this with the world. So that's awesome. So thank you. How long have you been an author?
Well, I started writing this book, this particular story, in 2017, and pretty much a hobby, just writing. Didn't really consider myself an author, just writing. I really didn't consider myself an author until I actually signed an agreement and saw that, hey, they're gonna story, and then I was like, this is all real now, but just writing, even as a kid, I would write. I've always written, I've always journaled, if you will, but yeah, until I actually signed the agreement, the contract, I was like, my story is going to now be printed. So then I really considered myself an author.
Yeah. No, I understand completely. So speaking of let me ask you, how has your experience been with Newman Springs?
Experience with Newman Springs has been really, really great. When I was looking for a publishing company, I considered a lot of options, like self-publishing was an option. Didn't really understand it, didn't understand how it worked. Um, I was just scrolling through, surfing the internet, looking for a publishing company, and this company came up first. So I checked them out. I saw nothing but great reviews, and as I was getting close to the end of being done with my manuscript, I reached out to Newman Springs, and the guy that I first talked to was very helpful. He wasn't pushy. There were times, when he first called me, I was kind of not ready yet, but kind of close to being ready. And, he would tell me, like, hey, I'll check back with you in a month. And he would. I mean, and, he did what he said he would do. And so it's been a great experience. As a matter of fact, everything, even when I first found out that, the book did get approved to be published, through the contract and everything, they were real helpful, very good. I mean, they've done everything they said they would do, and it's been a great experience. I mean, I recommend them to a lot of friends that tell me they're in the market of maybe having a book published.
Well, we appreciate that, and we appreciate you, because you have been a pleasure to work with, and we're looking forward to seeing more from you, and just what an amazing story that you're telling, and how inspiring it is. So we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to me today and letting me interview you. I appreciate that, and let's stay in touch and do another interview sometime. We'd love to check back in. And
yes.
So have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right,
thank you.
bye-bye.
Thank you. Nice meeting you. Bye-bye.
Nice meeting you too. Bye.